What is going on? Little Z here, and today I've got a bit of a different video. I'm going to be going through how I built one of my most recent OU teams. Now this team actually works really well. It's one of the better ones that I've made. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you how I built it in a bit more depth, and I'm going to be uploading a session using this team. Maybe tomorrow will be the first part, don't quote me on that, but anyway, first things first, I always start with something that I want to use. So, this team, Hopcat actually recommended a defensive Garchomp to me, and so I wanted to try that out. It actually works really well. So what you do, you fully invest in HP and defense, and its base 130 I think attack actually hits really hard with your Earthquake and Dragon Claw dual stab. And then I also have Stealth Rocks, because you have a lot of opportunities to set up Stealth Rocks with this Pokemon. I'll get more into that in a second. And also I have Roar, because you do force a lot of Pokemon out, and you can just rack up hazards damage by roaring if you've already got your rocks up. And things that this like checks, or even counters I would say, are Talonflame, Scissor, and Physical Aegislash. Three things that are very common in OU. So Talonflame, it's going to want to go for a Brave Bird, right, or a Flare Blitz. So you're switching Garchomp, take nothing, and between Recoil, Rocky Helmet, and Rough Skin, because you are running the Rocky Helmet and the Rough Skin, it just takes almost half its health, and then you can set up rocks, because it's not going to want to stay in. Same with Scissor. Bullet Punch, you take nothing, they take a quarter of their health or more. And Aegislash as well, you can just spam Earthquakes. As long as they don't have the Shadow Ball, you win against Aegislash. But you are really weak to Ice, obviously, because you're typing, and strong special attacks do quite a bit of damage to you. And also, the one thing you're lacking because you don't have lefties is recovery. You have no reliable recovery at all. So a great partner for this, I thought, was Vaporeon. Now Vaporeon got moved down to UU this generation, but it still does work in OU. It takes ice attacks and special attacks like an absolute champion, and it can pass wishes to Garchomp, and it can go for the Heal Bell just in case Rotom Wash wants to like Will-O-Wisp you or something. And yeah, so it was just a great partner for Garchomp all in all. Wish Protect, Scold, and I'm running the Heal Bell as well. Now this core is actually quite weak to Rotom Wash, and that is something you never want on an OU team. Never. So because Rotom can like Will-O-Wisp the Garchomp and just wear it down, and also like go for Volt Switches on Vaporeon, I thought I needed something to handle Rotom Wash. And so this is going to be my Mega. It's a Mega Venusaur, and it handles Rotom like a champion. If you ever need something to beat Rotom Wash on a team, use Mega Venusaur, because you take Volt Switches and Hydro Pumps like it's absolutely nothing. You don't mind being Will-O-Wisped, and you can Giga Drain for a huge amount of damage. Now Mega Venusaur's two weaknesses are Psychic and Flying attacks, especially Talonflame. But these two weaknesses are covered by the core, because Talonflame gets owned by Garchomp, and Psychic attacks are usually special, which Vaporeon can take. And so what I'm going to be using on Mega Venusaur is Synthesis, Sludge Bomb, Sleep Powder, and Giga Drain. So just dual stab, Synthesis for recovery, and Sleep Powder for some utility. But what you might notice about this set is it absolutely can't touch Steel types, especially Ferrothorn, Heatran, like Forretress, because they 4 times resist your grass attacks and are immune to the poison attacks. Skarmory as well, can't touch any of them. So we're going to be using a Scarfed Magnezone. That's what I decided to put in the next spot, and this is obviously great at trapping and killing Steel types because it's got the Magnet Pull ability. And I'm actually going to be running a Scarfed Magnezone, which is less seen. Usually people run Scarfed Magneton because it's got 10 extra speed. It's 70 instead of 60. And so you can outspeed some more things, but I didn't need the extra speed, and I did need the extra bulk, because I switch into quite a few Pokemon with Magnezone, and actually the Steel typing is really good for like resisting Fairy and Psychic, and just a whole bunch of things. But I trap and kill the Steels with Thunderbolt or Volt Switch for Skarmory, and then Hidden Power Fire for things like Ferrothorn and Forretress and Scissor. And the thing about Scarf Magnezone, it also kills Mega Pinsir, because they're going to send out their Mega Pinsir. You switch in Magnezone, they're going to want to go for an Earthquake or a close combat. They're going to really want to go for it. They're not going to switch out, no way. So you go for a Thunderbolt, it OHKOs Mega Venusaur, Mega Pinsir, sorry, every single time. So that is great. And also Mega Charizard, why? They're going to want to stay in and Flamethrower because they don't think you can outspeed them. But bam, got the Scarf, you can do a huge amount of damage with a Volt Switch, go into Vaporeon, finish it off with a Scald, or just wear it down. So looking at the team so far, it looks pretty good, pretty well rounded, but there's one thing that sort of tears through this team. Well, a couple things actually. The same category of things: powerful, physical dragons with like dragon with ground coverage, maybe like a fire move, especially Mega Charizard X, things like Garchomp. They can all do neutral damage at least to every single member of the team. So in the next slot, we're going to be running a defensive Togekiss. And so this is immune to the dragon and ground coverage. It won't take that much from a Flare Blitz because I'm running full defense, and Mega Charizard X will not appreciate a Thunder Wave. This is also going to be our Defogger, which is something pretty much every team needs, a way to deal with hazards. So this is going to be our Defogger. We're going to have that, Rest, and then T-Wave Air Slash to be a giant douchebag. Just flinch hacks the opponent into oblivion if we ever need it. It's sort of like a last resort, really. And so in the last spot on this team, we don't really have any physical attackers or anything too overly fast. And something that actually works really great in OU that not many people suspect is Weavile. Now Weavile nearly... it got banned from UU this generation because of Knockoff. Now Knockoff, it obviously gets 100 base power. Everyone knows how strong Knockoff is, but Weavile gets Stab Knockoff. Coming off a base 120 attack, Life Orb boosted, it hits incredibly hard. And also, Weavile is going to provide our necessary priority in Ice Shard. Now, we are also running Ice Punch, and in the last spot, we have Low Kick. Because Low Kick beats Tyranitar, and it can do, I think, 80% to a Heatran. And then we can finish it off with something else. Just in case our Garchomp's down, Heatran sort of wrecks us. So that's a second option for Heatran. And we can also OHKO Dragonite, that's right, OHKO Dragonite with an Ice Punch. And it actually has really, really good base speed. 125 speed, outspeeds like everything. It's like Greninja, everything except Talonflame, which is unfortunate because Talonflame's 126. But anyway, we can knock off Blissey and Chansey, who would give our special attackers trouble, and it was just good to have something really fast to clean up as well. So Weavile is usually my late game sort of clean up sweeper, because it doesn't last too long between a Rock's Weakness and Life Orb. So that's the team. I'm going to see if I can get a session with it probably today or tomorrow. But yeah, let me know what you think if you like these extended in detail videos on how I built this team. But yeah, I've been Little Z, and I'll see you in the next one.